Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Millennia. So let's go and end our turn. You'll see that I did rename Nicomedia to Constantinople, since this will probably be the last city that we establish that will actually be able to integrate, if we're going to be integrating those Japanese cities. So we're going to go ahead and pay the 600 gold to avoid this rebellion. This is Rebel 4s that was spawned on all regional capitals, so we're going to go and avoid that. And it seems many of you guys agree that that is obviously not a good mechanic. The way that works, just too easy to avoid it. And it's interesting because I've seen many people propose that we should instead have that be an event where you have two negative options. Maybe pay a little bit of money to get an option that's not as bad, or maybe you just have two straight up negative options. You get to choose which one. And that is exactly what us YouTubers have been proposing to the developers, because we're like in conversation with them. We have a way to talk, to discuss the game with them, you know, to report bugs and our feedback on it. And we have suggested exactly that to developers. So I don't know if that's something they'll implement. We'll just have to wait and see. They didn't respond to our ideas about it yet. So we'll have to see if that's what they end up doing or if they just leave it as is. We're going to go and get that bow hunter there because we have another location that we could use them in. And then we can also send bow hunters to other cities that don't have the time to construct them. So you got one up here in Naples. Of course, there's one for Constantinople. Ravenna hasn't made use of all of their resources. There's two here. Seems like Gaul doesn't have any locations where a bow hunter would be useful. All right, so we got the mausoleum here in Ravenna. So that'll give us some more influence and culture. And let's go ahead and get them, maybe the Parthenon, because you can see that their unrest is starting to go up. That's the case in many of our cities. We can get the city guard to deal with it, as we've done in the other cities. Might need to, because that's only one turn. This would take us 6. Yeah, probably the best way to do it. Just go to get city guards and all of our region capitals. So one issue with building our outposts here is the fact that once we take over Kyoto, they wouldn't be able to gain control of these because the outposts would be in the way, and so we wouldn't be able to add any of this territory to Kyoto. So that's one issue. We're putting it here. We're still going to do it because I want to get access to the spice here. But it is a problem to think about in the future. But let's go ahead and set up the outpost. But before we construct the trading post here, we're going to construct one here. Send that back to Rome. Most importantly, I want to be able to go ahead and change this over to a castle just so we can get that culture bonus while we're still in the Age of Kings. Remember, we got the, it's like 20 culture or something like that. By turning an outpost into a castle. And we're trying to lead the age, so this is perhaps our last opportunity to get it. This does cost 40 engineering experience. Yeah, we'll get that plus 20 culture. And the reason why you want to construct the trading post first, as you'll see, we cannot construct trading posts anymore. The castle has its own unique buildings. As of right now, we only have access to the armory, which gives us 1 warfare experience, but there's other ones that you can get from technology. We've seen that in the tech tree, like the castle towns, which grant culture. There's also the abbey. That's another one that we can get for castles. We're not going to get the trading posts here because remember we can just use the bow hunters. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that we got the 2 trading posts before we turned it into castle because it does not have trading posts. But you can continue to make use of any trading posts that are already there. So make sure if you want trading posts that you get those before you turn your outpost into a castle. Alright, so let's go ahead and go after these barbarians. We're going to take out their camp here. Though I'm a little worried that they'll send troops over here. We do have those caravan guards, so we can leave the outpost undefended. But I don't know how well they would defend against a full-size army. We'll just have to wait and see. But this gave us the road up to here, so we can move a little bit faster from the front to Rome and back and forth. So we've taken out Hiroshima. These units do need to heal a bit. But I think this army is going to go after Edo, so the best way to do that would probably be to go here and heal in this location, and then we'll have to climb through the jungles. It's going to take a little while. But let's let them heal up first, and then remember we're going to go ahead and split up this army here. So we're going to send these guys over to this so that we get them up to the full size 5. And we sent the spearmen here since we have the 2 crossbow. Same situation here, so we'll send the spearmen there. And then her, we're going to upgrade her eventually to a leader. And then she'll lead her own army once we do that, once we have the troops. But for now, she can just help out this army. And I think they're fully healed, so they can go after Kyoto, but we need the assistance of a second army, so we might want to move them forward, actually. Let's go over here, and then these two will take out Kyoto together. And then we're going to spend some exploration XP to spawn a scout in our most southern location. This scout is going to replace the leader that's currently down here, because it's really not the best thing to do is to use the leader for exploration. So we'll uncover this with the leader. Well, then we're going to send him back home, because we could use him for other things. I was going to have the scout loot this territory, but I completely forgot that scouts can't even do that. So we'll just go exploring and hope she doesn't die. See what's all over here. And then our merchant, let's see, where do we want to send the merchant? These will take a while to integrate if we decide to do that, because of the fact that it takes longer to integrate conquered cities. And so if you really want to do this effectively, because it's going to take 44 turns otherwise, is we're going to have to use some type of power to do it. So maybe we can do that here with Diplomacy XP. You can also do it with an envoy. So they're going to be vassals for quite some time. But I prefer to move him to someone we know is always going to remain a vassal. So maybe Hiroshima. Hiroshima's got a lot of resources around it. But the problem, of course, is it doesn't have much directions to expand to, because the city's over here and these cities are here. So let's go and send a merchant down here. Hopefully they don't die. Situation should change by the time they get down here. That's 5 turns. Gonna move a lot quicker now that we got these roads here. Or, well, they're only gonna use the road right there. But yeah, not too bad. 5 turns isn't bad at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. Should be getting some more improvement points soon that will use these here. And that barbarian did attack our army there. And yeah, let's just go and bring... Okay, so there's mountains here blocking us. And I'm assuming this city will be able to attack us. Yeah, they do have a lookout, so we don't want to go next to it. So let's go over this way then. So we'll have like one scout going down this way and the other scout going down this way. Just see what's over there. Did win this attack here. We're going to go ahead and, or defense I should say, and we're going to go and attack them and get them destroyed. And yeah, it just should be like a stream of barbarians coming this way that we'll have to deal with. Alright, so these guys are both ready to do their attack. So let's go ahead and do it exactly that. Which unit do we want to attack with first though? Seems that this one here is a bit more powerful with the 2 pikemen. But I do like attacking with the crossbowmen first. I just wish we could upgrade them. But yeah, we don't have enough. Maybe we should wait, just so we do as good as possible here. Yeah, you know what? I think we might do that. Could also promote this character to a hero, because that's only the 10 warfare experience. So that would be an option as well. We're currently earning only 4 per turn. We'll go ahead and upgrade her to the hero. And then we'll go ahead and attack with these guys first. Do damage with those crossbows. Shoot over the walls. Maybe even take the walls out. Alright, so did about as we'd expect. That should be enough for us to win. I don't know why they went that way. That's why you see me like micromanage the movement. Because sometimes they don't go the way that you expect them to. Alright, so we've taken over their capital, which again I believe that is their capital. We killed 9 population, quite a bit. A lot of chaos produced, but we got a lot of money here to pay off the next chaos event, which will happen really quickly from now. Alright, so Kyoto is now ours. We took over their 2 major cities here, and they are not doing so good. They do have a large city down here. I don't know if one army would be able to take that over or not. Because I'd prefer to split up our troops now at this point. Let's go and get another bow hunter. And then this bow hunter is going to move over to this location. And then Ravenna has finished up their construction of that city guard. Make sure we get unrest under control. And let's go for, you know what, maybe the Oracle. I like the idea that you're going to get both culture and knowledge, though, from the Parthenon, rather than the art experience. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the Parthenon. I don't remember how much knowledge we're getting. I don't think we did any more missions, so I think it's just 1.75. is all we're currently getting. Yeah, 1.75. Still helpful. That's not a bad number, since a lot of the buildings only give the early buildings only give the 1 knowledge. So really not too bad. Still need some more improvement points to be able to get that constructed. Just looking to see if there's anything else we need to do here. I don't think so. Let's go and move on to the next turn. So yeah, now we need to, I don't know, maybe split up our armies. One to go down after those 2 cities, and then one to go after this one over here. But I just don't know that one army to be able to take it. You can send the most powerful one down there, the one with the two heroes. All right, so it's going to deal with these guys. We should have upgraded our units. We do have the warfare experience. Yeah, it makes sense to get them upgraded before we do that attack there. But then we also have these armies here that need to be upgraded, and this one here. All right, well, they'll reach their city first. They only need to heal 1 more turn, and then we'll start moving forward. All right, so the weaker one would go after these locations. So let's go and start moving them down there, just making sure they stay in our territory so they heal as they move. And then this army can go after that outpost. They're fully healed. So yeah, you don't need to wait or anything. Oops, I should have stayed on that road. My bad. And yeah, we're just going to take out the outpost. They don't have any defenders, so you can just destroy it immediately. And that's typical unless you have the spice merchants. I don't think there's anything else that gives defenders for an outpost. All right, so Rome is going to, I thought I told them to do this already, but they're going to construct another bow hunter. While Naples has finished up the Hall of Heroes. I think we're going to do the Parthenon here as well. You know, that will take 10 turns. Need to invest in them a little bit, but first, we got to get those spices, man. So build a trading post there. Rome could use more of the luxuries. Of course, once we get that fine wine, they won't need it anymore. But no other city actually needs luxuries, so we should probably make sure this is set up to send their goodies to Rome. Because as of right now, these spices will help them the most, since that grants them the luxury, but also grants the wealth. And so now Rome's getting the full luxury bonus here. And they're growing not quite as quickly as they could because sanitation's kind of low. So we do need to solve that. All right, so let's go and move the scout down here, see what's going on. Continue moving our merchant as well. And the, well, I guess we can go ahead and see what's over here. Is it all mountains? It's all mountains. Okay, so we'll have to go back around. Good to know for the scout that's coming down, though. All right, so some forest down here. Lots of desert in this area. Kind of unfortunate because, again, deserts aren't the most useful terrain, but I imagine we're going to find a lot of oil later in the game, so that will be helpful. So I think we can spend the money. We should be all right. Get that culture. So perhaps we'll go ahead and do the local reforms again. I want to see exactly how much research we're getting from this. So we're sitting at 22.4. As that goes up to 29.6. So what are we getting, like 7? Was it 22? I think it was 22. So maybe 7 times 5, that's 35. Might behoove us to get the Eureka. Because yeah, you're going to get a lot more knowledge because we haven't done this at all for the Age of Kings. And the first shot of it is pretty useful. Now given, remember, you are getting all these other things from the efficiency. So I mean, this is still probably better overall. But if we're just trying to get through the tech tree a little bit faster, which is, you know, it's taking us forever to get through the current research to get to the next age. I was very surprised with how expensive that was. We didn't get very many techs for this age, though. Just trying to move along, go to the next one. And remember, it reduces the cost once you get to the next age. And we got the next innovation event, Warrior Monks. So a brotherhood of monks has become agitated by the teachings of another temple. They ask for training and resources for the means to defeat their enemies. If we accept this, we get access to the Naginata unit. And so this is a line unit that's good against Cav. So essentially it's equivalent to the pikemen, but I believe it's a little bit better. But again, the problem with these, which I don't know if it'll let me show you guys the stats. It's kind of difficult to say what you can do when you have this open. For instance, you can't go into any of these, which is unfortunate. So if you want to look at like certain powers you had while you had this open, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, you can't select the unit. That's not an option. I bet you can't open. Yeah, you can't open the city either. So there's no way to actually compare, you know, their stats. But I believe they are a little bit better than the pikemen. Remember, the problem with these is that they're dead-end units, so you can't upgrade them. So they're good for their period, and it shows that here that they're obsolete in age 6. So they're good for their period, like they're better than the pikemen. We're also about to go to age 5, by the way, and at age 5 or the next age, they're generally like about equivalent to the units that you get in that age, while they're better than the units that are in their age. So it would be better than anything in age 4, but about equivalent with things in age 5, with the units in age 5, and then gets worse in age 6, and so that's why it says it's obsolete. And they never upgrade, so you don't get to carry their experience through. So that's one of the problems with the unique units, is they're only good for their time period, and that's fine. That's actually helps balances the unique units, I think. But the issue is, if you're at the end of your timeline here, then how useful are they? You know, once we build them, would we be able to get them to the front and actually use them? Probably not. I think we might just take the money in this case. I almost never do that. But I think in this case we might. But just to show you guys their stats and show how much better they actually are, the attack is 20, defense is 30, health is 50, morale is 40, which I think that's the same. So let's go and take the money, and then I'll just show you guys the pike unit. You can see the comparison here. So with the pike, their attack is 19 and 28. So you're getting 1 more attack and 2 more defense. Everything else is the same, but the upkeep is a little bit higher. So that's something to consider as well. So I mean, it's slightly better. So it's not a huge difference. In fact, with that particular unit, it might not be equivalent to the next unit that unlocks, because that one's not as significantly better. But still, it is better than the pikeman. But yeah, I just don't know. It just seems like it's too late to get it now. Too late in the age for it to be useful for us. All right, let's go ahead and get these bow hunters moving, because we've got a bunch of them now and I haven't moved them yet. So we're going to move one over to here, and then the other one is going to move down here. You can also take advantage of all these here. Send more food to Rome. They don't really need the food, so could send them to Ravenna instead. Maybe I should do that. Bring them over to, well, you can bring them to elephants. Get you the exploration XP as well, which right now we haven't had much of a use for, because I'm trying to avoid using the claim territory too much early on here, because I always find that I need it later, and then it's so expensive, and so you only have so many actions later in the game because you used it all up early on. Wouldn't it hurt to spawn another scout, and then to try and combine them with the scouts we already have going? I might not be able to make it. Take them a while to get down there. So what you might want to do is let them wait. Have these two combine. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, just so they're a little bit more resilient. And do not have experience to upgrade any of these, unfortunately. And they're looking pretty damaged at the moment as well. So you know what, we're going to go back and heal up. It's not really like a huge priority to go take that out, and with this damaged unit, we won't be able to do so anyways. So this army is moving south to take out these locations. Let me just see the quickest way to go. Okay, so up along the roads here. So we want to only go here so we stay in our territory and let that guy heal up. Keep on moving the merchant as well. And then this guy. I think we'll just let the scouts come through here. So this hero will go up around this way. Might not even be able to. This could all be mountains here. We'll just have to find out. Yeah, we'll discover what's in this area. Maybe somewhere that we can expand. And then this army is fully healed up, so we can go ahead and start moving, or, well, close to fully healed up. Oh no, they're fully healed up. Look like their health bar was a little low, but nope, they're good to go. Alright, so took out that outpost. Let's go and continue moving down. And we'll just have to see if we can, I just would be surprised if we're able to take that city out alone. We'll have to see though. The unit is getting more powerful. And this guy here is taken out, or excuse me, not taken out. Gonna harvest the goods in that location. Alright, is there anything we need to be aware of over here? We could increase the prosperity of one of our vassals, maybe one of the larger ones that we're not going to integrate. I don't even know if we have any larger ones that we're not going to integrate. Yeah, these only have population 2. But still, could go ahead and do that. Because it doesn't go down, so. Yeah, I guess we'll do Hiroshima here. You know what, let's actually do Yokohama, because Hiroshima is where we're sending the merchant. So we'll do them, even though they're not as wealthy, I don't think. I don't think they give us as much stuff here. But yeah, get their prosperity up to 150. And yeah, we'll just keep on building those bow hunters for now in Rome, because they're so useful to have. That spear unit is actually going after our scouts, but it's not going to go well for them with the 2 scouts combined in the forest, despite the fact that he's strong against the cav units. So we'll have to see if they attack or not. And yeah, bow hunter's going to go here and get the elephants for us. This should be pretty easy to take out that location. Kind of pain that we got to go back there and get it. And they just built so many cities. You got to be careful with doing this, because a lot of times it won't give you an alert now, because that unit is, because they don't keep going. That's another thing I don't really like. Something I think they need to fix. You have a unit that's going somewhere, that's on a continuous move, and look at this, it's gone. The move order is gone now. And now they'll actually be part of the garrison. And so yeah, I hate that they do that. Could just take out the town. I'm going to see if we can't get over here, though. Probably shouldn't have gone that desert location. Used up all our movement. And then these guys just going to continue to move south. And Persia has deployed one of their merchants here, as you can see how that works. They're getting wealth based on the population. You get a base wealth of 5, so that's not very much. But the more higher the population is, the more wealth you get. So a very populous location like Rome would earn them quite a bit. But they're just kind of going to the closest location. But that's something we need to do, is move our merchants towards Persia. We'll work on prosperity for now. Okay, so we do have a barbarian camp here. And then Rome is going to get another bow hunter. Just send these all over our empire. So yeah, we already established there's none there, but there is one here. So take advantage of that. And then Gaul has the work camp constructed, so that'll increase their production, so we can get all the rest of the stuff a little bit faster. As for the next thing to get, probably the temple. The temples are just so useful. Knowledge and culture. Could also do the crane though, so we get more improvement points. We have improvement points, so let's go and take advantage of those. So we're sending the spice back. Could also get the flax. But I'm going to take a look and see if Rome's got a spare population. They do. We're going to go and get that fine wine in the winery. Increasing culture and luxury. So we don't really need to send the luxury items from here over to Rome anymore, but nobody else even needs the luxury items just yet. They don't have the population, so we'll just keep on sending them from Rome to Rome for now. And so yeah, now we have fine wine here. Let's just see, here it is. Let's granted us some culture. And we still have some improvement points. Let me see what we might want to get. I think we need to construct something for production here. So let's get the quarry. So this is going to be a more quarry-based location rather than mines, since they already have the one here and they'll get another one over here. There's a few different things you can use the stone for. Alright, so is there anything else we need to do? Looks like that's no. See, Rome's borders expanded there. And the Aztecs are going to take out that barbarian camp. So we know the Aztecs are right down there somewhere anyways. Still rejecting these alliances for now. Oh yes, before I forget. Because yeah, they're not going to move up here. Alright, so we'll go up on this hill. Kind of look at the situation here. So we would lose, but we'd take light damage and deal medium. But remember, we'll also get bombarded, so that's something to consider as well. So maybe we'll attack them next turn. There's nothing else we can do with upgrading them. Yeah, they're as good as they're going to get here. So yeah, we'll probably go and attack them. We can upgrade this unit here, though. That's something I want to do before they do their attacks. But let me just make sure everybody's upgraded over here, which they're not. But it's going to take them a while to get over there. The same thing with that unit. They got to heal. So let's go and upgrade this one. And then which one do we want to go to first? 2 turns, 3 turns. I guess we'll go over here. Go around the jungle. And this hero is going to figure out what's all in this area. So we'll just kind of keep moving down here where we can see, finally for the first time, the Aztec territory. And we can't go in their territory. We have the open borders with them. And, I have to stay in the forest for now. Since we got that enemy units close by. Oh yes, we can go ahead and take this city now. Producing more chaos. Oops. But a nice, easy battle here. So yeah, we'll have another chaos event. We do have the money. We actually have a lot of money here now, so we can spend some of that. As long as we stay at the 700, or excuse me, the 600. And these guys, let's just tell them to heal all the way up. Alright, so Rome finish up that bow hunter. Probably just gonna get another bow hunter, guys. And then we'll build some other units for another army, but let's keep on getting the bow hunters as long as we have a use for them. So we got somebody going over there and somebody going over here. So I guess this is the place that we'd want to do next. Yeah, maybe that's enough for the bow hunters for now. That's a lot of them. So let's get something else. A unit we don't have yet, like a knight. Now you may notice the longsword here. So the longsword, if you compare that to the other line unit that's available in this age, you can see that it has a lower attack and a lower defense. So that makes it seem like it's a lot worse, but look at the combat modifier. It's a 3 times attack against line units. So you compare that to the crossbow, which has a 2.5 attack, and that's significant. That means that its attack is equivalent to a 45. So way higher than the pike's attack, but only when attacking the line units. Of course, the pikes do really good against cav units. Doesn't change the fact that their defense is kind of low. But yeah, they're pretty solid. You'll see this throughout the ages. You always have like a line unit that's really good at attacking other line units. And you know, this is the upgrade tree that it'll go through. And so they are pretty helpful for just wiping out line units. And so we'll probably go ahead and get one of those with a knight. We're going to do the knight first though. And the knights, they get the 2 times attack towards range, so not as necessary because range is a little bit easier to deal with. They also do higher attack against the morale, but you see their attack is 27. So it's the highest that any unit has in this period. But it does have that lower defense though. But yeah, we'll get a knight. We gotta have some knights in the Age of Kings. Alright, so I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We can go ahead and rush this out though. The culture, but one more turn and this is 346. I don't think it's worth that much. Let me take a look here. This would be 290 to rush out. Probably just save our money for now, since we know we're gonna have that chaos event and probably one more after that. Because we're just, we still have a very high chaos as of right now, and we're taking over all their cities. I don't think we're gonna stop until Japan has been destroyed at this point. So this one shows one of the chaos events where it's not a rebellion, instead it's a penalty. So in this case, a clan of druids that live on the outskirts of Rome have been stirring up trouble, making declarations of doom and curses upon the land. And this is going to result in us getting less food from wheat, flour, and bread for 5 turns. So to show you that there are other types of events you can get. Yeah, we're going to pay the wealth to avoid it, because again, we can do that. Yeah, we're still getting chaos, and we still have to take these other cities. I don't know if these guys have... Yeah, they can't shoot at us. So we'll attack them next turn. And this guy needs to continue moving towards his location. Yeah, we got all these bowmen everywhere. Moving to their places. Yeah, we can go ahead and get on this hill here. We'll still get that defensive bonus. So now that we've taken Edo, this guy's going to start moving. I guess he can come after that, but somebody's got to go help out over here. Maybe. We'll see. He might be able to do it on his own. Let's go and do the attack and just see if he can. So some people wanted me to show the battles, like let them play out with these bigger battles, you know, like the sieges. So you guys can see how it, how it goes. I've played enough now where I always skip the battles. In fact, I rarely even fast forward them. I just click the X because I don't even care. Because I mean, the idea here, I think, is supposed to show you the mechanics of combat. I think that's the purpose of having this. But once you know how it works, there's really no reason to continue watching it. And there's so many battles over the course of one campaign, that's how many are you going to watch? And of course the animations aren't impressive. So we did destroy the walls there. And so now we start attacking the units. You can see that their tower is attacking us. I wish we had destroyed the tower, but it's not the case. And so we're taking a lot of damage. That pikeman specifically, might end up losing him. He's not the most experienced pikeman though. But yeah, this is what we did. So basically it's just the tower and then the 2 city militia that's remaining. And that's because it's a more stronger unit here. It's not too bad with all that experience that they have. But yeah, now they get to bombard us. And so they could wipe out. And that's the reason why you generally want to have 2 units. It's not because one unit can't do it. It's because of what the towers are going to do to you in the next turn. Probably close to wiping this unit out. Do a lot of damage to all the other units. Plus we got a catapult here that I didn't even see. So yeah, that's where the problem comes. So we have our merchant here. So we're going to go ahead and set them up in Hiroshima. Start increasing their prosperity. And yes, this unit. I mean, I don't know where it's going yet, but no matter what, it's got to go through the jungle there. All right, so get him over here. And just keep on exploring this area. I don't know. You might be able to get through here. This might be hills. Hard to tell just yet. And I think we should continue going up along the right here, although this is all forest. But yeah, I want to uncover what's over here. So Rome has finished up their construction of that knight. We'll get a longsword, because eventually I find that this line upgrades, it is useful, doing all that damage to the line units. It's significant, even if overall they're a weaker unit. And then we also have our culture power available. Okay, how long before we can integrate Constantinople? It'll be 8 turns. 8 turns before we can do that, so that'll probably be the next culture power where we give them their first town. We could give them their town now. Because yeah, you don't have to own the place to be able to build a town. In fact, building towns for vassals can be very useful. So we could always do that now, but I also want to get this innovation because it's not really going up right now. So I'd like to see that ticking up. And then we also talked about doing the Eureka to get this done. Although we're still well ahead of the AI right now, it might not be necessary to get it at this point. So yeah, I think either the cutting edge or to get a town for Constantinople. And some people were worried that we didn't have anywhere that looked like a good location to build the town. And there's no like perfect locations, of course, but what I was thinking that we would do is claim this territory here or this one here, whatever, and then you could get the town built here. And then it's a farming town. You've got the 2 plantations here and the pasture here. So again, not perfect because you can't do anything with these ones when it comes to farming. But you still have 3, which I find like that's generally like the bare minimum that you want is 3 bonuses. And then if you construct other things like mines and stuff here, you still get the adjacency bonus for the wealth. You just don't get the food bonus. And so I don't think it's a terrible location. I think it's fine. You can also do here. You're only going to get the 2 farming bonuses here. So yeah, not as good. This is clearly the best. So that's what I was thinking we would do. I don't know that we need to do it right now. I think we're going to do the cutting edge. Again, those innovation vents, they're generally pretty good. I like them a lot. And you never know what you're going to get. So we do have the improvement points. So could go ahead and get something constructed here. But we need to start making use of some of these resources that we have, turn them into other things. And also we need to get adjacency bonuses for this town here. And you can see they are lacking food at this point. So let's go ahead and get a farm right here. We get that river bonus. So the extra food, and then you get the adjacency bonus here. And then Naples production is kind of low. So let's make use of this marble or the limestone, whichever one it decides to use, and construct a stone cutter. This also grants us engineering experience. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And it's only using 1, so you might want to do 2 of them. Let's get another one here. Really ramp up the production in Naples. And so yeah, that'll get us the 2 stone blocks, which gives us the 5 production. It's quite a bit more production we can get through there. They're building construction a little bit faster because they're pretty behind at the moment. We could go ahead and speed this up. It's only 71, so get the Parthenon done, getting the culture and that 1.75 knowledge. Building barracks here would be useful since they're closer to the front than Rome. Of course, Rome doesn't have anything else to construct. That's the main reason why we're getting units at the moment. But they haven't gotten all the knowledge buildings, and you can see we're just researching so slow. And so I think it would be wise to go and get the Privy Council and the Medieval University. Both of them grant us 1 knowledge. Privy Council gives us 2, but it's an upgrade from the Council, so you're only getting the 1 knowledge. Alright, so I believe that's it for this turn. So I'll move on to the next one. And we'll see what happens here. You can see that 1 unit is in the red. But might not have lost it. Yeah, both of them want an alliance with us. I assume they're probably rivals. So whichever one you ally with, you're going to cause problems with the other one. So yeah, we're just building up a little army over here. We'll get the full 5 units before we send them off to the front. We're not going to need them against Japan. But yeah, might as well get another army. A full-size army, I mean. We could also upgrade one of them to a leader. But if we looked at this, there'd be a leader 4. That's the equivalent of a hero. Could also wait until you get to the next age, so you can upgrade them to a leader 5. Once a leader is upgraded, there's nothing else to do with them. They can't change to higher level leaders. Instead, what you'll do is you'll retire them for warfare experience, and the more veterancy they have, so the more experience they have, is the more warfare experience that you get. Because eventually they're outclassed. They just can't. They don't have enough. Can we win here? You'd think so, yeah. They just don't have enough tactics in the later ages. Alright, so we won't watch this. This is going to be a nice, easy battle. So we take in Kobe here. And then these guys, clearly the better way to go is this way. Yeah, not going through the forest there. Okay, so that's what we'll do. And then this guy's just going to cover the fact that it is mountains. Okay, that's what I was curious. So that means there is no way to get through either of these passes here. You've got this, that's the first route. This, which is hills and forest, a really slow route. Or this, which is the desert. So that's interesting, because we got like this chokehold area here that's separating our half of the continent from the half where the Aztecs and the Persians are. I kind of like that. I like the way that's designed. Again, it's all random, but it's cool. I like it. It's an interesting situation. But yeah, those are the 4 nations that are on our continent, and then the other continent will have the remaining 4. I don't even remember who all we set up to be in this one. And these guys, I probably won't even need them at this point, because this army is closer to Zaragoza, and this should hopefully be done. We'll take a look and see how bad it is. You can see we didn't lose them, but they all did get damaged. This guy's pretty weak, but we have a 100% chance of winning, so let's go and take it. We might lose 1 unit. The pikes could be lost, maybe not. Yeah, because they didn't have much left at that point. And now we can use the city to bombard their unit here, which the reason why we really need to get that taken is because this guy could have went in the city and caused us serious trouble or attacked our unit. And so I don't think they have... Yeah, that's it. They just have the 1 left. I don't think there's anything else, is there? Yeah, that's it. 1 more city and then we've wiped them out. You do not need to wipe out all of their units to wipe out the country. Instead, any units they have remaining will become like rebel units or barbarian units or whatever. And so that's what will happen with all these guys here that are still alive, if they're still around when we take out this city. If that is in fact their last city, which I assume it is. I don't know for sure. So we could get one of these 2 here. I do want to get that. And these are so expensive. Maybe we should get this one, because it gives us the diplomacy XP. So you know what, let's do exactly that. And let me just see how much this cost. So that'll be up here. because we build it in the desert. It's 50 improvement points. You can only have 3 per region. But that's a lot of diplomacy XP that you're going to get if you constructed one in each of these 3 zones here. So we've got to spend our points here. Could spawn a prospector for gold if we wanted to. Don't really need a gold. I kind of feel like we should go ahead and use like just one shot of the claimed territory. We could go ahead and do this now, so we know we want to get one of these. We'll go ahead and do, let's see here. We'll do this one. And then we'll build their town there. And we get this in 7 turns. We'll have the government XP for it, so we're just going to save that. Can't spawn a settler yet, so no other options. Since we don't want to get our government ones, because we'll be unlocking government, a new government very, very soon here. Just a couple turns until we go to the next age. And we'll be able to do a peaceful revolution. Let's go and have the crossbow join. And the next unit we're going to get is the pike. Then we'll need to get one more unit for him. Alright, so yeah, they don't have any territory over here. So don't need to expand that way, just need to go after this. It'll be 4 turns to get over there. Let me just take a look. Yeah, these guys are definitely going to take longer because I got to get across the desert. Well, it's actually 4 turns for them as well. But still, it makes more sense to have these guys move over there. So that's what we'll do. And then this guy's going to continue moving so he can get the deer over there. Getting all of these guys into place as our scout continues to move south. So almost there for all of them. And they kept their unit there, even though they have no chance of taking the city here. That completely destroyed the unit. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and move our army out. I have a scout up there. We'll just go and take that guy, destroy him. And this army, you still need to upgrade them. Let's go ahead and do exactly that, so that we can now push after the barbarian camp here. So yeah, we'll just see what's over here. Yeah, we'll probably end up going up around this way, since the mountains block us. Again, I really like the way that map turned out. I'm assuming that's a dead end there. Oh, maybe not. Okay, here's the dead end. Figured it is worth checking. You never know exactly how the map will look. We do have some improvement points. This costs 50, right? I think we should save for that because we need the diplomacy so bad. So let's just save for that. I know we need a lot of stuff in our different regions, but I want to get the diplomacy XP so we can try and get through these spice merchants here. At least get one of those. They're very expensive, so just one. Yeah, that'd be helpful. So there's the 2 diplomacy XP, putting us up to 9 currently. And nothing to reveal over there. So let's just move towards the encampment. These guys will go over here and take that last location, as long as they're not able to get another settler set up. I wouldn't be surprised if they're saving up for that right now. Oh, subversions are a little bit closer than expected to right here, so we might not be able to get those spices if we don't hurry up and get this. Might need to actually use the exploration to claim that territory because I really want all this for ourselves. Because they're in the desert. This is a horrible location, by the way, for a city. But again, you can't destroy them, so it just kind of is what it is. Alright, so there's nothing else to attack now, guys. So we'd probably just set them up on the defensive for future conflicts. There's not really anything else to do with the units. So you'd want to have like one down in the south here. You already have one here. So maybe have one like in the middle of your empire as like a reactionary force. Maybe even name it that. And then yeah, these guys are down here. You can try and go after that scout, but we're not going to catch it. Yep, she's gone. Probably just set it right here. Set them up to defend. We'll go through the turns a lot quicker once we're no longer in conflict. Not moving so many units every single turn. Alright, so they can get one more unit. We have one of each of these. And so probably should get another crossbowman because they just do so much damage and they don't take any damage. I would like to get a catapult, but we don't even have that technology yet. I suppose we could always wait to get that technology. Go ahead and get a watch, because eventually unrest will become an issue again. And we don't have to keep constructing the city guards. This here is only going to get you the extra foreign import slot, but of course you could use that for the culture. Because yeah, we still don't have the ability to import any other trade goods yet. One turn to get all these done here, and we have all this money, so let's go and rush these. Get that temple done. And this is goal. I think we should do the crane next. Yeah, improvement points are definitely something we've been short on. And I'm sure Naples can go and rush that Parthenon out as well. Get more culture and knowledge. Yeah, and unrest is not an issue. So let's go after the bathhouse, since we know that they're going to need that soon. Because they're getting up there. We don't have the ability to get the immigration right now. We don't have enough arts experience, unfortunately. Is there anything we want to do here? Might want to expand a town. Let me just take a look and make sure nobody's about to hit their cap currently. So we're at 30 there, 30 there. No issues in any of these locations. 15 here. Gaul has not expanded theirs just yet. We also don't have any adjacency bonuses because we haven't constructed anything there. I don't think any of these are locations where we need to get the adjacency bonuses just yet. So yeah, we'll just hold on to it. Alright, so I think we just moved into the new age. I didn't realize that that was next turn. Yes, sir. Alright, excellent. So we're now in the age of Renaissance. What you got here first? We got that innovation. The first artist unit created in this age provides a culture bonus. We don't even have access to the artist because we haven't got that tech yet. We're going to need to go back and start getting some old techs now. The social fabric system is unlocked. We'll take a look at that. I never explained this in my beginner guide. I realized afterwards because I didn't get this far in the beginner guide. I think we just went to the age of monuments. Scouts can now upgrade to explorers and undertake expeditions to discover landmarks for various rewards. We talked about that when we were looking at one of the national spirits, which gives you access to it an age earlier. And then the new governments are unlocked. So the social fabric system is essentially passive bonuses, and there's one of these for each of the domain powers. So the government one is organization. This reduces the cost of expansion. So the tiles, so the numbers we see here, those go down. So it's easier to get tiles as you get more points in organization. Insight reduces the research costs. It's 10% total, so it's not significant, even at the full level. So we're only getting 1%. It really doesn't help much, honestly. Get the full 10%, it's helpful, but not as significant as some of these other ones. Organization makes a big difference with expansion. Upkeep cost is huge. This is the military one, the warfare one. And so this reduces the upkeep cost of your units. I don't remember what the total is. It's massive, though. I don't know, like 60 or 80% or something like that. It drastically reduces the cost of your units as you upgrade it. Ingenuity is improvement cost reduction, so we don't have to spend as many points, improvement points, and then later the specialist. We'll spend less points to upgrade our tiles, so that's pretty helpful. We're starting to transition into mid-game, but you still have a shortage of improvement points. But we'll soon see that improvement points aren't going to be an issue. And then it doesn't feel as useful, but then the specialist unlocks, and so therefore it's still useful for specialists. But towards the end game, overall improvements you have so many points you don't know what to do with them, both specialists and improvement points. And so then in that case, it's not as useful. But this is the engineering one. The diplomacy one is probably the least useful of all these. It gives you 8 wealth per turn. So when you have all 10 of them, that's 80 wealth per turn. That seems like a lot when you're only earning 28. But by the end of the game, you're earning like, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000. Like, what is 80 more wealth? So it's probably the least significant. That's the diplomacy one. And then the art one is unrest reduction. This one is incredibly helpful. And maybe overpowered, I don't know. Because it feels like as you get these, eventually unrest is completely inconsequential. It's not a problem at all. Like, you don't even need to have like the town guards or the buildings. Or not generally anyways. So yeah, it's pretty helpful to have as well. So now the question is, how do we earn these? You'll notice we already have 1 point in insight, and that is because we finished up the Wild Hunters. So that gives us social fabric and insight. And so all the national focuses, or excuse me, national spirits have one. So if we looked at spice merchants, then this will give us 1 for tolerance, because again, it's the diplomacy one, so the least useful of these. And so we'll get another point in that. And then you notice we have 1 point to spend. Well, the key way that you get these is by researching all the texts in one of the trees. I don't know why exactly we got that point. Maybe just from, maybe just get one to start with. But one of the key ways you'll get it is if you research all the text in a tree, then it'll grant you one. So that's where it's beneficial to go back and research these. Like to get workers, that'll get us, you know, not only do we get workers in 1 turn, but we'll get another social fabric point. Shipbuilding, you get that, you get the shipbuilding, and you get a social fabric point. And so that's the key way where you'll get them. Now there's also text to get them, and eventually there's a culture power to get it as well. And so you can use culture powers to get the social fabric points. That might be unlocked by a certain way though. I don't recall. Maybe you don't always get access to that. But yeah, you'll often get a power to do that, depending on which route you go. It might be a national spirit, it might be a certain age that unlocks it. Again, I don't recall. But we have 1 point as of right now. As far as what we're going to spend it on, well, unrest would be useful, but we can already manage that in other ways. Getting the upkeep cost reduction is, again, pretty significant, but is wealth the thing you need the most? I feel like at this moment, improvement cost is the thing that's limiting us the most, so we should get that. Obviously, I don't want to get tolerance. And the organization, that'd be helpful, so we can expand our borders quicker. But what's the point of getting more tiles if you can't improve them? So I think this is clearly the best choice for us right now. So we'll get that one. And then we'll also want to rush the culture, so that we can do the peaceful revolution and unlock ourselves a new government. So the age 5 and age 8 governments give you 3 different choices. And so we have Empire, Feudal Monarchy, and Republic. So the first thing we need to look at here is the passive bonuses, the buffs to the capitals and to the homeland. And you'll see that the Empire is better when it comes to culture and to improvement points. So you're getting better passive bonuses to those. While with the Republic, you're getting better passive bonuses to production and influence. So Republic can reduce buildings and units faster, and their lands will spread a bit quicker, while the Empire will be able to improve their territory faster, and they get the better culture. Feudal Monarchy doesn't have any additional bonuses. You notice all the rest of these are the same. So the regional need bonuses, food, that's all the same. Feudal Monarchy doesn't have any extra buffs. So they're the weakest when it comes to passive bonuses, but you'll see why here in a minute, because we'll take a look at each one of these. So take a look at the Empire. So these are the different national spirits that we get here. So the Emperor's Palace, this is the building. They all have a building that you construct. This one grants you unrest suppression, government XP, and warfare. So this one's really nice for the bonus you get when you conquer stuff. So it would have been really helpful if we had gotten it before we conquered the Japanese. Every time you conquer a capital, you get 30 culture, and you can integrate them faster. So we've seen that it takes a lot longer to integrate somebody who you conquered. And that's not as much of an issue with the imperialism here. So it would have been useful before we conquered the Japanese. You also get domestic export slots in all of your capitals. So you can, basically export one more thing to your other cities. We haven't even really been using that because we haven't needed to. There's the governor's office. Only one city can have this. And it gives a bonus governor experience from every region that you have. So it helps you get through these a little bit quicker. You get a unique naval unit. So this one's better at fighting other naval units. So it helps you kind of rule the seas. But as I think I mentioned before, navies aren't as important in this game as I'd like for them to be. This will result in your ships do better against bombarding structures. The negative on culture upkeep cost per region. So can't really show that, but you might have noticed it, and I might have mentioned it. Every region you have will reduce the amount of culture that you're producing. And so it makes it more difficult for you to get those cultural bonuses. This makes it a little bit less significant. And so that's what you get from this one. It's not bad. I like it. And especially useful if you're going to be doing a lot of conquering. That's really what it's for. And for your fleet, the Republic, we'll look at that one next. So here's the bonus for the Republic. So it grants the government experience like the Empire one does. But you're going to get production and improvement points for this one. So that one granted us the unrest suppression and the warfare. And of course with these two, remember you get these with everything, just increasing your maximum. This also gives a domestic export slot, but you have to construct something, a warehouse. So it's not as good as the one from Empire. These are all improvements on the palazzo. A lot of these are improvements on the palazzo, so you do have to construct those in your cities in order to get these bonuses, but they're very significant. +5 food, housing, and sanitation. That's really going to help you with satisfying needs. The +1 region level, but again, you will lose that once you change out of this government. But the +1 culture and art experience, that's great. And then you get a new building here, which grants knowledge and luxury, so that's fantastic. And then this one improves the luxury goods, so +1 luxury and +1 wealth from those. So it's based on, you know, goods as you'd expect, satisfying needs, culture, art experience, knowledge, a lot of luxury that you're gonna get out of this. Pretty solid one. I like this one as well. Might fit with our spice merchants, I suppose. And for Rome was a republic. It was also an empire. But we're not really truly role-playing. We're picking the one that's the best option for us, and I kind of feel like feudal monarchy might be the best choice for us. You notice, again, the passive bonuses are terrible compared to the other two. It doesn't get any extra bonuses, so it's worse than both of these. But you can kind of see why. So first of all, the throne room, you're going to get the diplomacy XP and the wealth. We need diplomacy XP, so that's why this one would be helpful. But then +5% vassal prosperity per turn. So we see that the prosperity doesn't go up on its own. Well, in this case, it will. It'll always go up by 5% to return for all of your vassals. And so you could use your merchants for other things. I mean, given you could get the prosperity up faster. This is 2-time vassal internal improvement points income. So your vassals can improve their territory faster, which means more wealth and stuff from them. You know, you get all those goodies from your vassals, and now you're going to get more of it because they'll be able to improve faster. Peasantry. This further improves your vassal. They'll get population growth. They're going to get more wealth from their terrain, more improvement points from the terrain. So this just makes them better in general. This one here increases population of all vassals. If you use it, it's a government culture power. So you can just, you know, improve all of your vassals immediately by giving them more population. This results in vassals generating government XP. So 6.25% government XP from vassals. So now your vassals produce a lot more. Well, this is going to let you get higher modifiers for them, because this increases the max prosperity level. So you can get that even higher. So normally it's 300% is the max. So you can get a higher vassal prosperity, a higher modifier to that. And then also the vassals are going to start with a higher prosperity, +50%. So rather than starting at 100%, they start at 150%, so they're automatically giving you extra stuff. And then this one's great, 6.25% diplomacy XP from the vassal. Again, we just need that diplomacy XP. And so I think this is the most fitting for us because we do have so much vassal territory because we just conquered Japan. And so we got like tons of vassals. And so I think this is clearly the best bonus for us. These are all solid. They're all situational. It depends on your situation. I've actually done all three of them because I don't think any of them are weak. And you can't say that with all the government choices. The last choice, there's one that I think is significantly weaker than the other two. I don't really like it that much. But with these, I think they're all solid. They're all very good. Just depends on your situation. For us, feudal monarchy is clearly the best. So we're going to go for that. We're going to select that. We just have so many vassals. And we can already unlock one of these immediately since we have that government XP stacked up. Do we want to? Let me just make sure I can't integrate this. I'm pretty sure we can't. But yeah, 4 more turns. Just want to ensure that's the case. And that'll be the last one we integrate for a little while, since we want to make sure we're using all the bonuses that we're getting from having this particular government. And so it only really applies to the vassals. And so if we go switching them all over to integrated territories. If we're only going to get one of these for right now, I really feel like this one's the best option because you can get the population growing quicker in your vassal territories. And then also you're already going to get straight up just more wealth and improvement points and stuff. So I think this would be the best option. Getting the vassal prosperity, I mean, we'll eventually get that. And of course, we're going to get this one too, but I think this is the first one we should get. And then we'll move to the royal court, so we start getting the government XP so we can move through this quicker, and then we'll get the diplomacy XP, which is what we're trying to get, and then we'll fill it in. So that's the plan, guys. Because I really want to get through the spice merchants, and these are so freaking expensive. And the fact that we're getting it so slowly. Only 9 per turn at the moment. Alright, so we did finish up, well, we got an explorer over here. They actually haven't finished their construction. We have our first explorer that can... Do we have any landmarks? I know we had trouble finding landmarks. I know there's 2. There's the Great Barrier Reef, which we discovered, And there's one more. I don't really recall where that was, though. We don't have to do it in ones that we discovered, but it is a race to them, because you can only... Here's those two that Japan found, so those are kind of in our territory now in a way. But yeah, you'll hover over it and it says expedition available. Only one country gets to do the expedition. So once it's been done, it can't be done again. So it is kind of a race to get there, but we're ahead of everybody else. They're all in the Age of Kings. And Japan's just about gone, so they're irrelevant. And so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue doing these expeditions, but there's one that we discovered, because I know we discovered two. Oh yes, here it is. So Tall Mountain. That was the other one that we discovered. Okay, so none of them are close to our explorer here. So I guess we'll start having to move down towards this one. And then we can always upgrade our scouts to explorers as well and spawn some explorers because we have all this exploration XP. Now you'll notice there's now an extra option over here. This is the other way how you get the social fabrics. I guess this is a pretty key way because eventually you'll start stacking up the XP on some of these that you just have too much of and there's nothing to do with it. Once you get to the maximum, and so it's always whatever the maximum is. So right now it's 300, but in later governments it'll be 400, and then these will cost 400. And so because that's the maximum, you got to get all the way up so that you're not earning anymore. And then you can take it and it will do its respective one. So in the case of exploration, it would be insight. Engineering would be ingenuity, so on. And so that's for if you don't have anything else to spend your points on. Then you save it up and get that. And I do find myself doing that with certain XPs just because there's nothing else for me to buy. But we won't be doing that exploration because we're actually going to get ourselves another scout here. And these guys can now level up to explorers. It is also going to cost us exploration XP to do that, so that's something to consider. Can't turn them into heroes any longer either. That opportunity is over. But yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade both of these. Didn't we have one? No, that's a hero. Yeah, we'll probably just spawn one to do these. Yeah, let's go and look for other ones because we can do any explorations that they have discovered before they get their own explorers. So that would be obviously advantageous to us. We're just going to put this unit here. And another thing we should take a look at is what the age unlocks. So we get the Dragoon units, which of course are the infantry who, they ride to battle on horseback, but then they get off and fight on foot. So they do have those. And what's nice about them is they have the movement of a cab unit, but they're a line unit, so they're not mobile. And they get the attack bonus against cab. And then of course the explorers, which you already know about. Guard reserves, that's the upgrade for the town guard. So much better with unrest suppression. Also just a better defender. And so you can upgrade all those if unrest becomes an issue. We got the Grand Theater building, increasing our arts experience. And then the house, we've already seen that improvement is available, giving you more housing and wealth. It might be, yeah, I think it's 1 wealth normally, so this will give you 5 when you work it. Again, not the best improvement to work. And then we get those domain powers that are in relation to the social fabric. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this. We can see we do need to do so, but we have a sanitation problem here in Rome. And there's nothing we can do here with it. Can't upgrade to the throne room, by the way. That's something we're going to want to do. In fact, we'll go ahead and rush that out so I can get it done. And then we'll upgrade to the throne room since we want that diplomacy XP. So we'll go ahead and start working on that. Still need to select a tech as well. Yeah, upgrading from this, you're going from 5 housing to 12 housing. But again, the main problem is the sanitation. However, they're not actually working the midden, so that's the reason why it's so bad here. So we could improve that. Like force them to work this. I don't know why they're working the grassland instead. It doesn't make any sense. They don't even need the food. Again, sometimes it's just illogical. Like, why would you take them out of the midden when you know that you need that? Yeah, not entirely sure why they did that. Anyway, so that improves it a little bit, but it's still an issue, and there's no other way for us to improve this outside of constructing another midden. Like, it's got to be done. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. We'll go and put it over here. Yeah, we'll put it right there. And so we want 31 improvement points. We're just short. And that's what we'll work on rather than upgrading the house for now. So we'll need to wait until the next turn to be able to do that. In fact, just so I don't forget, because this is going to be the last turn of the episode, And I know I'm going to forget next episode. So let's go ahead and mark that, so that we get reminded that I was going to do it. Hopefully I remember where I was going to do it. You'd assume I wouldn't forget, right? Alright, and then this guy, or gal, needs to upgrade and then becomes a guy. And with a glorious beard, by the way. And I suppose we'll just keep on coming down here, because you never know, we might find one of their landmarks that we can work on. So we do need to get an attack. Let me just make sure there's nothing else we need to do here. We do need to spawn another explorer. So where would we want to do that? So we got these two locations to work on, and this one. So what we might do is, I'll see how long that explorer takes, but I think we should work on this one first. So let me see. They're all kind of a similar distance right here, aren't they? But this one you don't have to travel through as much jungle, so we'll probably spawn right there. And then go ahead and start working on this. This costs exploration XP to do, which we do have plenty here. But you get some very nice bonuses, but I want to show how this works. So, Jungle Expedition. On the fringes of a dense and hazardous jungle, the expedition considers its next move. So our success chance right now is 50%, 50-50, when we finish it up. So there's 4 steps here. And if we were to end on the 4th step with this, then it's a 50-50 chance that we're successful. If we fail, then the explorer is destroyed, and you don't get anything from it. And then you got to do the expedition again. But if you succeed, then you get some very nice bonuses. And so your choices are basically, do you want to get something from this and not increase the success chance or even decrease it? Or do you want to invest something in order to increase your success chance? So like this option, sample the local food, sure seems appetizing because we need the diplomacy XP, so it would be beneficial. And I definitely want to do that, but we'd be going into the next step with only 50%. Again, we got many chances to increase it further. Yeah, I almost feel like we should go for that just because we do need it so bad. That's the 1 XP that we definitely want to get a little bit faster. Or we could spend 50 wealth, but it's very plentiful to get a 10% success chance, get up to 60%, or you could spend the 30 exploration XP to increase it up to 70%. We're going to take the diplomacy XP because we do have all these other turns, and we really need the diplomacy XP, so let's go and get that. I think that's useful in this particular case. Alright, so last thing we need to do before we end the episode, a longer episode here, is take a look at the tech screen. I don't think we're going to get any of these techs here because they're going to take so long. We need to go back and get some of these other ones. And remember, we get that social fabric as well if we complete these. So you can see how it would be beneficial for us to go back and knock out some of these old techs. And a lot of these only take 1 turn too, so that's another reason. And we're ahead right now. So that's the benefit of being ahead, is we can go back and get that 10% bonus, as well as any other bonuses we're getting from other countries having researched them. But the printing press would get us a paper mill, so that will be more effective at turning the logs into paper. And the printing press, so that's allows us to turn the paper into books for 2+ knowledge and 2+ luxury. Then we got the public works. I'm just going to go through these guys. So you can see this is going to help us with our need satisfaction. The administration. So there's the government culture power. I knew it unlocked somehow. So it is a technology. And that'll get you the social fabric wild card. So basically you assign that where you want. That's essentially what it is. And it's a culture power. Navigation. That allows us to explore the world, since we can now go on deep water. Finance. Gunpowder. And then the machinery. So feel free to post in the comments what you think we should go for first when we get these here. This is very helpful, the clear cut, because you can get rid of forest, deep forest, jungles, and swamps and turn them into grassland. Because there's only, on jungles and swamps, there's nothing you can build. And on the forest and deep forest, the only thing you can build is the ability to produce the logs. And so there's a lot of times you will want to get rid of that. And so it's helpful. It's an engineering domain power. And unlike most of them, it doesn't increase in cost as you use it. So you can get rid of a lot of forest. So let me know what you guys think we should get first on the Age of Renaissance techs, because we're not going to get those. We're going to get an older tech here. But then here's the possible ages. This is the Crisis Age, the Variant Age, and the Historical Age. Like I said, I think we want to do the Age of Alchemy which requires us to get 5 points in the social fabric insight, which we really start with 1, so that's helpful. And that'll get us a 5% reduction in tech costs, so we might want to be investing in that. So maybe I should have invested our first point in that, but we'll get more. So it's not that big of an issue. So yeah, we can go ahead and do the workers. I might want to do the shipbuilders first, though. It's 1 turn regardless. This would get us those improvement points, though. It's not much. We're getting a little bit. It's 8 improvement points. Yeah, we'll go ahead and knock that one out, and then we'll do this one here. And then these ones all take 1 turn as well. And this will allow us to get those artists. So yeah, we need to start knocking these out because we're a bit behind here on getting the old techs. But again, I like doing some of them later just because you can get them so cheap. But yeah, we are now in the age of Renaissance. We will have a crisis event happening soon. We have plenty of money to deal with it, and we'll also probably be getting an innovation soon here. So I got to remember that I'm going to get the midden here in Rome to deal with their sanitation issues. That'll be the first one we get, and then we'll have to solve the housing problem. Let's take a look at our other locations. You see Ravenna is also kind of low number. They need to take care of their sanitation. Gaul is not even satisfying their food because we have not constructed anything here for them. Kind of been neglected, but improvement points have been quite short for us. And so that's been one of the issues there. We did lose all the bonuses we were getting from our government, by the way. So we don't have that anymore. So if you take a look here at our current buildings, you'll notice that we no longer have the palace. So we don't have the palace, and we're not getting any of the bonuses from the palace. But we have this instead, historical government building. And so this just gives you the 2 government experience. So it says that you had the government building, and so you get something from it. But you don't get all the bonuses that you did have. So the palace is gone, and all those bonuses are gone as well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy today's episode, this long episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.